How is everyone doing? Welcome back to another video on the channel where today I'm announcing that I am participating in another draft league, but not just any draft league. The YouTuber Suave Form, whatever you want to say, he is starting his own draft league, and I am a part of it. Season 1 of the Sway Society Draft League in the Built Division. Oh boy, this is gonna be a good one. So if you guys enjoyed this video of me making the announcement, please leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe as always. And let's get into what? First, I gotta explain what a draft league is. And in this draft league, we have 110 points to draft 9 to 11 Pokemon, a Terra budget of 28, and a maximum of 3 Pokemon that can Terra from our rosters. I will note this. Any Pokemon can Terra, well, not any Pokemon, some Pokemon got Terra banned, as you'll see with one of my Pokemon, but high level Pokemon, low level Pokemon, it doesn't matter, they all can Terra. Of course, some of the high tier Pokemon, if they can Terra, their price is a little bit higher, so you really need to play it safe with how you spent your 28 points, and I think I spent my 28 points pretty well in my opinion. But let's stop talking about all these rules and let's get into the best part of this. What 9 to 11 Pokemon did I draft? I'll be honest, it was 11. I used all my points, I think. I can't remember. I might have some points left over, but who knows. But first, let's talk about the Pokemon that I chose and may have dropped for the Cleveland Escavalier roster. By the way, did I mention that we're the Cleveland Escavaliers with this brand new logo? Wow. Oh my gosh, amazing. Wow. Firstly, thank you to Cresselia, Jirachi, and Kilowattrel, which we used for trade value with another coach to grab Raikou, Espeon, and Umbreon, which we immediately dropped. Cobalion and Tinkaton, which we grabbed in our first 11 picks, but dropped for other Pokemon. You're welcome, Markaylee, for Tinkaton, bastard. And Deoxys Defense, which we grabbed during the 24-hour grace period, but realized there's another Pokemon that would be so much better for the team. Anyways, enough of Pokemon that aren't even on the team, and let's get into our first pick, Gouging Fire. Immediately, I wanted to get the Fire Wire Grass core done, and Gouging Fire just seemed like the best fire type in the high tiers compared to Water type high tiers and Grass type high tiers. I mean, Fire Dragon typing, Pro Synthesis, it's great moveset, it's great bulk, great physical attack, great speed, great all around to be honest, besides the special attack, but who cares about that, of course. Heat Crash, Outrage, Flare Blitz, Earthquake, high horsepower, but we'll talk about why later. Iron Head, Dragon Dance, Breaking Swipes, Baneful Bunker, but red. Like, this thing can do almost anything. It can be bulky, it can be fast, it's going to hit hard no matter what. It's just such an amazing Pokemon. It only cost me 15 points. And remember how I mentioned that some of the Pokemon were Terra banned? Yeah, this was one of the Pokemon that was Terra banned. I would have jumped on getting this a Terra immediately, but I just sadly wasn't able to. But let's get into our second pick, Rotom Wash. Rotom Wash, probably one of the best water types on the board. Water electric typing with the levitate ability, meaning it's immune to ground types. It gets moves like Hydro Pump, Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt, Discharge, and Volt Switch for pivoting. Great supporting moves like Nightshade, Pain Split, Will-O-Wisp, Electro Webs to slow some Pokemon down, Sunny Day, Rain Dance, among many other things, Reflect and Light Screen as well. Just a Pokemon that can do it all. And for my third pick, we have Rillaboom, 11 points, and this is my first Terra captain. Rillaboom is probably the best grass type on the board next to the Ogerpon forms. It has access to Grassy Surge, of course, great physical moves and Fake Out, Grassy Glide, Wood Hammer, Knock Off, U-Turn for pivoting, and then also moves like Drain Punch, Hammer Arm, High Horsepower, and Drum Being, another move to lower a Pokemon's speed, which is going to be very, very important. My fourth pick of the draft, and one of the cheaper Pokemon I started to get, Weezing Galar. Great typing in Poison Fairy, able to deal with Dragon types and Fairy types. 3 great abilities in Neutralizing Gas, Levitate, and Mystery Terrain. And a great supporting move pool of Defog, Destiny Bond, Haze, Pain Split, Taunt, Toxic Spikes, Will-O-Wisp, and Toxic. Just a great support Pokemon all around. But also strong special moves like Sludge Bomb, Sludge Wave, Strange Steam, Flamethrower, Fire Blast, Dazzling Gleam, and Dark Pulse. Weezingowler is going to be very important when dealing with spikes and stealth rocks, as well as coming in on a lot of physical attacks. My 5th pick of the draft, and one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, Yanmega. You guys know I had to draft this. Probably one of the most underrated Pokemon on the board, at least in my opinion, maybe some bias. It has 2 great abilities, Speed Boost and Tinted Lens, and Frisk has a small niche of its own. A strong stab in Bug Buzz and Air Slash, Ancient Power to get the Omni Boost, and a great moveset of Giga Drain, Psychic, Shadow Ball, and of course Terra Blast with whatever Terra we want. And of course, it gets great use out of items like Throat Spray, Choice Scarf, and Choice Specs. My 6th pick of the draft, and a Pokemon I picked up during the 24-hour grace period, Gudra Hisuian. Steel Dragon is probably one of the best typings in the game. Of course, it becomes neutral with Fairy, and it hits back to those Fairy types with Flash Cannon or Heavy Slam or Gyro Ball. Also, since it's a Dragon type, of course it gets moves like Flamethrower, Ice Beam, Surf, Thunderbolt. It also has moves like Sludge Bomb, Flash Cannon, of course Draco Meteor, and Dragon Pulse for a consistent Dragon Stab. It also gets great physical moves like Body Press for the defense stat, Dragon Tail to force enemy Pokemon out, Earthquake as a great ground type move, of course I mentioned before Gyro Ball and Heavy Slam, and of course Knock Off just as a great move to get rid of items. My 7th pick of the draft, Gardevoir, another Pokemon I picked up in the 24-hour free agency. A Pokemon with strong stab in Psychic and Moonblast, great coverage moves in Aura Spear, Energy Ball, Focus Blast, Hyper Voice, Mystical Fire, Thunderbolt, and Priority and Vacuum Wave. It can run Calm Mind Draining Kiss sets. It also can use moves like Destiny Bond, Encore, Light Screen, Healing Wish to heal another Pokemon, Reflect, Pain Split, Taunt, Teleport, Thunder Wave, Trick, Will-O-Wisp, Wish, the Wish Pass to allies, and something that's going to be very important for my team, Trick Room, as you'll see with some of our next picks. And I know I said next picks, but it's really our next pick because my 8th pick of the draft and my final Terra captain is Ursaluna. And oh boy, this Pokemon is gonna do some real damage in draft. Of course, everyone knows Ursaluna, a great ability and Guts tied with Facade for that extra boost in damage, Headlong Rush as its other strong stab next to Earthquake, and a Pokemon with probably one of the best move pools of all the Pokemon on my team. Close Combat, Crunch, Drain Punch, Fire Punch, Gunk Shot, Hammer Arm, Heavy Slam, High Horsepower that ties in the grassy terrain, Ice Punch, Play Rough, Rock Slide, Shadow Claw, Stone Edge, Supercell Slam, and Trailblaze if I want to run any speed bulk up sets, as well as Thunder Punch if I'm scared of Supercell Slam missing. And as I mentioned, can run Bulk Up or Swords Dance or even Curse if I want to make myself even slower for Trick Room. And if I really want to get crazy, I can also run Belly Drum, of course, with like a Citrus Berry. Next is a Pokemon y'all probably expected with me having double terrain. It's Hawlucha, of course, with the Unburden ability, as well as Limber. I can't lie, kind of underrated. I've really punished some people when they tried to Thunder Wave me after setting up. But as I mentioned, a great user of Unburden using the Grassy Seed or the Misty Seed. Of course, strong stab like Acrobatics and Close Combat, as well as Brave Bird. Some other good options in Drain Punch, Dual Wing Beat, Fire Punch, Grass Knot to catch off some of the unaware Pokemon that might be running around, Poison Jab, Iron Head, and Rock Slide or Stone Edge. Also, because of its high speed, you can use moves like Taunt or Encore to get to jump on some of the Pokemon that may want to status it, and U-turn for pivoting. My 10th pick and everyone's favorite ghost type, Gengar. 2 strong stabs in Shadow Ball and Sludge Wave or Sludge Bomb. Great coverage and Dark Pulse, Dazzling Gleam, Energy Ball, Focus Blast, Giga Drain, Hex for any Will-O-Wisp sets, Psychic, Thunder, and Thunderbolt. As I mentioned with the Hex sets, can run Toxic Spikes, Toxic, Thunder Wave, Will-O-Wisp. Great Scarf Trick user. Can also run things like Trick Room, Destiny Bond, Curse, Encore, and Haze. And of course, the most important move probably when it comes to all those special attacks, Nasty Plot. And for my final pick and probably the greatest Pokemon of all time in VGC, Incineroar. Of course, this Pokemon has one of the greatest abilities in the game in Intimidate. Great moves like Fake Out, Will-O-Wisp, Taunt, and Parting Shot. Great physical moves in close combat, Drain Punch, Earthquake, Flare Blitz, Knock Off, Low Kick, and U-Turn for pivoting. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, the 11 Pokemon for the Cleveland Escavaliers in Season 1 of the Sway Society Draft League. Of course, let me know if you guys are excited by leaving a like and commenting down below. Make sure to subscribe because I cannot wait to upload week 1 in about a week or so. So look out for that. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.